Welcome to the Daily Allegory through Astrological Divination. This is the Labyrinth of 1,000 Reflections of Opiphicus. Genuine, original Opiphicus, not the subpar knockoff Opiphicus. The stars decree, the covenant demands, in whispers we govern, through the elements we obscure, in static we command, in nightmares we pursue. We are earth and air, we are fire and water, we are the remembered, we are the returned, we are the whispers, in silence we thrive. Today I'm going to touch base off two stelliums and a golden trine aspect, rather than covering all the aspects in the Mercury energy today, because it is quite a lot going on today, but it's mostly trinal energy. And I'm very excited about the golden trine because it is a very rare happening, and the golden trine is literally like the bee's knees of placements as far as the astrological wheel goes. It is a perfect 60 degree by 60 degree by 60 degree angular placement. It is precise and it holds quite a punch. The first one is Lilith, Mercury, Mars, and Moon in Scorpio, as I titled The Silent Rage of the Waters. This describes a powerful and a rare psychological potential for synthesis. The individual here is going to be uniquely equipped to explore the hidden depths of reality, blending the rational, methodical investigation with deep, intuitive, and spiritual insight. Now, the energetic combination leads us to see that Lilith in Scorpio is going to represent a fearless descent into the shadow side of existence and consciousness. This energy provides the courage to face societal taboos and hidden truths without flinching, becoming an embodiment of the wild, untamed aspect of humanity itself. With Mercury in Scorpio, this mind is not content with surface-level understanding. It possesses a penetrating, investigative quality akin to a scientific researcher or an occult detective. They basically seek to understand the why, the how, and the where of hidden matters. With Mars in Scorpio, this is going to be the power source of the stellium altogether. Mars provides the intense will, focus, and drive to commit a single transformative purpose. It is the unyielding force that relentlessly pushes through the obstacles to get to the core of any mysteries. With the Moon here in Scorpio, this governs emotions, instinct, and the subconscious. It adds a deep, intuitive, and empathetic dimension to the stellium, allowing the individual to feel and internalize the emotional truths of what they investigate. Physically acting out sometimes the activities in question through a psychic channeling that may be perceived as a mental instability, but it is in fact a metaphysical embodiment channeling not commonly seen in even vetted psychic detectives. This is where the bridge between science and divinity occurs. Now, the bridge here is formed by the synthesis of these energies combined. The individual's life is a journey of connected logical, provable structures of science with the unquantifiable mystical truths of divinity. The scientific method meets intuition. Now, Mercury in Scorpio, this mind provides the scientific rigor. This is demanding evidence and penetrating analysis. However, the emotional insight of the Scorpio moon, combined with the raw subconscious awareness of Lilith, allows the individual to perceive patterns and truths that logic alone just cannot explain. This is going to create a powerful intuition that, when grounded in careful observation, is very rarely wrong. This assists the transmutation of the taboo into something constructive here. Now, Scorpio and Lilith delve into the deepest, most feared aspects of life, including death, trauma, and sexuality. This energy, however, is not merely destructive, it's transformative. This person has the potential to research and integrate these taboo subjects, using them as a source of power and innovation to heal and evolve, which, as I have consistently mentioned, evolution being the only metric moving forward, with any obsolete constructs disappearing entirely and being reconstructed for a more profound, productive, and creative energy, shifting the very paradigm of existence entirely, with inevitability being the sultan of the face of opposition. And power in this scenario will respect inevitability, as it is a primordial source of energy, therefore cannot be superseded by any physical means of force, because the spiritual realm and the divine hold the reign of power in this equation. Now, the will to uncover sacred truths grants Mars and Scorpio to provide the relentless drive to push beyond the veil of societal norms and superficial understandings. The individual's spiritual work here is going to involve challenging the dogma of both science and religion, seeking a more profound, integrated truth that incorporates both material and spiritual realities. With empathetic insight piercing through the collective unconscious, the combination of the moon and Mercury and Scorpio gives this individual an innate ability to understand and articulate the deep-seated fears and desires of the collective psyche. They can translate this intuitive understanding into a language through Mercury, into a bridge that gaps between the mundane and the divine, acting as a translator from the unconscious mind. This renders one's energy as the master of duality. An individual with this stellium is not meant to choose between the path of the scientist and the path of the mystic. Their destiny lies in mastering the duality of both and integrating them into their daily life. By integrating their emotional intensity and primal instincts and penetrating intellect, they can build a bridge that connects the rational with the divine. Now, the conscious and the unconscious, and the seen and the unseen, is all going to be meshed into a ball of force for one to contain and exude outwards. The ultimate fulfillment comes from using this integrated power to shed light on humanity's deepest mysteries and to facilitate a profound, transformative rebirth or resurrection of the self. Now, the second placement here is the North Node, Saturn, and Neptune stellium in Pisces as the Hexenspiegel's vow. This describes a rare and profound life path and immense potential for synthesis. This person's destiny through the North Node is to ground spiritual visions with Neptune into the tangible reality, which is Saturn, bridging the gap between the material and the mystical. Now, the elements of the bridge here, the North Node being the path. The North Node represents the soul's karmic destination and its evolutionary path in this lifetime. A stellium with this North Node gives a concentrated focus on a specific karmic mission. Here the individual is fated to merge the spiritual with the material, and Neptune is going to represent the divine. As the planet of spirituality, dreams, and mysticism, Neptune provides the vision of something higher and more ethereal. It offers an intuitive, right-brained understanding of unity, compassion, and the divine. Saturn here is going to represent our scientist. Saturn represents structure, discipline, and the physical world. It's going to provide the grounding force as they can take Neptune's elusive visions and give them form, method, and reality. It is the scientific principle, the need for structure, evidence, and tangibility that anchors this spiritual quest. It's kind of like somebody waking up and inherently knowing what they were meant to do. Now, the creation of this bridge is not an intellectual exercise, but a fated, lifelong journey. It's not something that happens overnight. Although when one masters quantum leaping and astral travel, sometimes we can get those things to be catalyzed a little bit, and they can almost appear to happen overnight, turning tables, if you will, for a point of reference. Through grounded spirituality, Neptune's vision and inspiration are channeled through Saturn's discipline. The individual is not just a mystic, but a practical builder of spiritual principles within the world. Their spirituality must pass the test for reality. It's like somebody posing as an empress, the high priestess, the high priest, or an emperor. Anybody can claim these energies, but not everybody can walk and channel those energies, and not everybody is meant to, and that's okay, because that's not everybody's life path. But when put to the test, only the strong survive. This is going to deliver us directly into our karmic destiny. The North Node indicates that this is not a choice, but a destiny. The soul's growth depends on the synthesis. The individual's past lives may have involved an overemphasis on either pure spirituality, being Neptune, or the rigid materialism through Saturn. And this life is about integrating both to find fulfillment. This leads us to creating a fated path and the ability to healing the collective. As the person integrates the magic and reality here within themselves, they become a living bridge that can help heal the world. The spiritual vision through Neptune is used to create practical solutions, being Saturn, for collective problems, ushering in new paradigms that combine compassion with accountability. And like SpongeBob with his little magical rainbow, accountability is going to be a common thing that a lot of people are going to have to learn the hard way, since they tried to play in Neptunian energy through Pluto and tried to screw around in Saturn. That's a very bad move. Now, this is going to allow others to see beyond dogma. The The individual here is going to challenge the conventions of both science and religion. Their journey pushes them to move beyond the limitations of purely logical reasoning and purely blind faith, seeking a more profound understanding of the universal laws that encompass both. Again, entering the Master of Duality. This title is the very entry into the coronation of this energy itself. An individual with this stellium is going to be the Master of Duality. Balance, light, dark, up, down, left, right. There is no good and bad here. It's either just and unjust. It's just balance. You can't inherently just go to light and be all love and light without being a piece of shit and exploring the dark and the shadow side. It's a necessary part of the process. How do you love God if you don't love the devil? And you can't love the devil if you don't love God, because one does not exist without the other. It's like only being positively charged without a negative grounding. You're eventually gonna explode. It's just a cataclysmic ending that just never results in a balanced state of being. It's not possible. In the world of impossibility and potential, it is impossible because balance is all there is. This person's life is going to be a testament to the idea that true enlightenment is not an escape from reality, but the masterful integration of the divine within it. This leads us to the golden trine here. This is going to be the primal will's reckoning with Neptune, Mars, Jupiter in the golden trinal energy in a perfect triangle. And yes, that does excite me. Like McLovin, I got a boner. When I saw that, I was so excited. This is going to describe a rare and powerful harmonic potential for synthesis. This person is uniquely equipped to explore reality's hidden depths, blending assertive, methodical investigation through Mars with expansive spiritual vision through Jupiter and deep intuitive insight in the energy of Neptune. Now, the elements of this bridge, with Mars being the scientist. In this golden trine, Mars provides the methodical investigative quality, the scientific drive, to prove, understand, and apply principles. The individual is not passive, but has the energy to push for truth. With Jupiter naturally being the philosopher with expansive knowledge, this is going to provide the intellectual framework and belief system needed to understand and interpret Neptune's divine visions. This is like getting psychic visions in your dreams or reading tarot cards, but you don't know how to channel those energies and coherently apply them to the needed message. It's like not seeing seeing the vision, but not seeing the bigger picture. It's like getting a piece of the puzzle, but you can't quite figure the rest of it out. If you have the energy through Mars and Jupiter perfectly channeled, you can understand what Neptune is delivering into you. Now, Jupiter takes Mars' determined action and provides it with a broader ethical and philosophical context. Neptune here, being the divine, provides the spiritual, intuitive, and compassionate vision. With this golden trine, the individual has a clear channel to the divine, accessing intuitive truths and inspiration that are often way beyond normal perception and comprehension. It's like just knowing things without knowing things. You can't explain it because you don't know when or where it's coming from, and it's a peripheral that isn't really inherently known. It's like feeling somebody playing in your energy, but you feel them over here and you just don't understand what that is. That's, one of the other external peripherals they don't wildly, talk about. Now, the creation of this bridge, the bridge here, is formed by the harmonious flow of these three planets entering this golden trinal energy, which, again, is the perfect stage for transmutational alchemy. Also wonderful for ritualistic magic too, if you know how to channel these energies properly, and if you can operate on the metaphysical, you can go throughout your whole day looking like you're just doing a normal routine, and you are metaphysically being lead catharsis in an entire high ceremonial magical practice on a different metaphysical plane. Now, the individual's life is a journey of connecting logical, provable structures of science with the unquantifiable mystical truths of divinity, as stated earlier. Through grounded mysticism, though, this time, the individual is not just a mystic, they are a practical mystic. The expansive, dreamy visions of Neptune are given a sense of purpose and direction by Mars and are integrated into a larger belief system by Jupiter. This creates a spirituality that is not escapists, but is active and engaged in the world, leading to a harmonious flow energetically. Now, the golden trine makes this synthesis feel natural and effortless. This person may find scientific principles and spiritual insights come to them rather easily without the inner conflict that can often plague such a journey, whereas somebody might pose as a false empress or a false high priest or high priestess, and they are plagued with clouded vision, if you will. This is going to lead to a state of profound peace and inner balance at this point. But it also carries a risk of complacency, bringing us to the mental state of the master of synthesis. This person has the potential to become the true master of synthesis. They are not limited by dogma of either pure science or pure faith, but are instead guided in an inner wisdom that seamlessly integrates both. And it's kind of like believing in God, believing in physics, understanding the need for science and integrating it on a religious aspect while implementing math and philosophy as an art. This ability allows them to see the connection and the harmonies between different fields of knowledge, find the spiritual within the scientific, and the scientific within the spiritual. This essentially is our internal rose, our compass of being, and embodied compassion, if you will. The harmonious nature of this aspect, particularly with Neptune involved, gives the individual a deep sense of compassion and empathy and inherent drive. Steer the course. They can use their energetic and philosophical gifts to work for a greater cause, using their unique worldwide view to inspire and heal other people. This is leading us once again to the title, the Master of Duality. An individual with this golden trine is a master of duality, constantly working to harmonize the tangible and the intangible aspects of existence. Their life is a testament to the idea that true enlightenment is not an escape from reality, but the masterful integration of the divine within it. They are the ultimate bridge builder here, connecting disparate realms of knowledge to create a more whole and integrated understanding of the universe, delivering us from our daily ailments, but elevating us to a new level of ascension and awareness, rather than leading the blind off a cliff to a suicidal mission unaliving mission, to be politically correct for those who might find that word offensive. That's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you found it entertaining. I'll see you in the next one.